Now, I know what you're doing, you're applauding, but you don't know what's gonna come. You know, it's like a woman, you don't know if it's gonna come. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know if the laughter's gonna come. My name is Kayla Baker. I'm from Racine, Wisconsin. That's right. Yep. So, Wisconsin. Like, I could just say Wisconsin. That's kind of funny in and of itself. Like, if we think about it, right? Like, Wisconsin, we all know that's, like, filled with fat people that eat cheese a lot, right? Like, seriously? No, but seriously, like, I miss it. I do. I miss it a lot. And, you know, every now and then, when I get homesick, you know, I'll put on a Packers game, I'll eat a block of cheese, and I'll find 2 fat guys to fuck. Okay, maybe the last part's not true, or true, I don't know, it's up to you whether or not you believe it. It might be true, I'm not saying it's not, I'm not saying it is either, like, I'm some sort of chick that'll get with a bunch of stinky fat guys. No, stop, no, you're gross. It's like, you know, it's hard to find a good man. Like, ladies, am I right? Like, it's really hard to find a good man. Like, you know, I don't know why we expect men to find the G spot. Like, honestly, shouldn't we start with the A spot? Like, they can't find the G spot. Let's at least give them the A spot. Maybe the B spot, C spot, depending on their level of, like, sexual knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I had a guy one time, and I just kind of had to instruct him through it the entire time. You know, and it was very, very difficult. You know, like, it was very, very difficult because, like, when you have to explain it, you know, step by step, the mood kind of, like, changes. And it's like, yeah, this would be great if it were a teacher role play, but we didn't agree on the teacher role play thing, so, like, this is just me telling you what to do because you're sexually inadequate. But, like, you know, I don't want to be mean to people. You know, some people I'm mean to. I understand that. Like, I understand that I can be mean. Like, there was this one guy, okay, and he had, like, a really awesome looking face. Like, his face was really good looking, okay, and his body was okay. Like, it was great and everything. But he wore flannel shirts all the time. I'm sorry, like, okay, flannel, all right? I understand if you're a lesbian. Hey, that's okay. I'm down with the lesbians. But I'm just saying that a man should have other things in his wardrobe besides flannel, okay? Because you're not a lumberjack. He was not a lumberjack. He was not cutting trees, okay? He's not Paul Bunyan. So why does he only have flannel? I don't know. Like, it's stupid. But, like, a lot of times, you know, in my life, like, small things have kind of upset me. Probably more than they should, but I can't help it. Like, I can't help it. I'm me, all right? I'm who I am, and I can't change a thing. But I will tell you that, excuse me, I burped, and I know that's not ladylike, but what you can do is you can just shove it right up your little butts. That's what you can do, okay? Because as a woman, I can do whatever I want, okay? Recognize the year we're in. I can do whatever I want. If I want to burp, fart, and scratch my nuts, then that's okay, alright? As if I have nuts. No, stop. You're gross. You're gross. If you think that I have nuts, you're gross. And I'll tell you something. Look, I'm not a squirrel, okay? So I don't have nuts. But, you know, when I was in the 5th grade, like, everybody was, like, you know, doing their 5th gradey things and stuff, but, like, I was over there, like, reading poetry, and then there was this boy, right? And there was this boy, he was so cute, and he wrote poetry, like, in the 5th grade, like, who writes poetry in the 5th grade? But this guy totally wrote poetry in the 5th grade, and I was like, oh my god, and so, like, my 5th grade self, right, like, my 5th grade self was like, again, oh my god, you write poetry? And so he, like, wrote this poem, and I was like, oh my god, Finally, it's my moment, a poem about me. Because if you don't know this about me already, like, I love things that are about me. Like, I really love things that are about me. Like, I'm me. But he wrote this poem, and it's very sweet and very weird at the end. It was just weird at the end because I think he called me pretty, but then he said at the very bottom of it, would you be willing to do my makeup sometime? And I was kind of taken to a place that I didn't want to be taken to, because I realized at that moment that he was gay, okay? So, like, I'm not saying that all 5th graders who write poetry are gay. What I'm saying is anyone who writes poetry is probably gay. Like, just a little bit too much femininity within him. But it was a sweet poem, and I did end up helping him with his makeup. Of course, he got beaten up, and I felt real bad about that because he got beaten up, you know, because everyone was like, oh my God, look, he's gay. They just beat him, and it was sad, but like, you know, I helped him with his makeup afterwards to cover the bruises. So it was okay. Everything was okay. And, like, I still like reading his poetry, but it kind of got more and more, you know, about dicks. You know, I'm not judging. I'm not here to judge. And if you judge, you're gross. Stop. No, you're gross. Don't judge. I don't judge. I mean, I kind of judge, but, like, I try not to judge, you know? It's like, I'm not Jesus. You know, I'm not a man with a beard. I'm not a Middle Eastern man with a beard, okay? I mean, I know that I might look like a Middle Eastern man with a beard. And by that, I mean, no, I don't, okay? I don't. Stop. No, you're gross. But my whole life has just been like one topsy-turvy roller coaster, you know? And one time I was on this roller coaster, and, like, I was so scared, you guys. I was so scared. I was super, super scared. And I was scared because, well, okay, so I didn't wear underwear on the roller coaster. I was, like, mortified because I tried to get on the front of the roller coaster, but the line was too long, and I was like, okay, maybe no one will see. And so I ended up being in the very back of the roller coaster, and, like, they, like, got a great basic instinct look at my fallopian tubes, and I was just kind of mortified. But anyway, I enjoyed the roller coaster and everything, and I got like 17 numbers that day, you know, because they thought that I was easy, which I'm not easy. I mean, I can be easy depending on how good you look or how good you smell, but not necessarily am I just always easy. Like, some guys, like, you know, based on how tall they are and how good they look and how good they smell, you know, gotta work for it. Because if you're a stinky boy, okay, first off, you're already out. Alright, you're out. If you are a stinky boy, you are out. No, stop. No, you're gross. But, like, if you're okay in the face, you know, then, like, okay, maybe a gift or something. Or, I don't know, like, do something, you know, that's, like, romantic. If you're tall, then, okay, you win points with me immediately, because I love to look up at my man, for sure. Like, just look up at him and be like, oh my God, you are my statue, you are my Greek god. But if you're like a short little guy and you're like, you know, a member of the Lollipop Guild, then, like, you gotta work for it, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna look down on you, then, like, I mean, come on, be honest, I'm already looking down on you, so, like, you gotta try to build yourself up, and your personality better be, like, through the roof. And I don't mean, like, ADHD through the roof, where you're just, like, bouncing off the walls, but, like, I do like guys with ADHD. Like, they're the best lovers, and I'll tell you why. Because, like, they can't keep their mind focused on anything, so, like, they're playing me, like, you know, like I'm a bop it, you know, twist it, squeeze it, bop it, and I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God. And you know what I'm talking about, ladies. You know what I'm talking about. Like, he's all over the place. And, like, when he's down there, and you know, most guys, you gotta lead into, you know, how to make love and be like, okay, this is the year I need you to do this here, and I need you to do that there. But with ADHD, they're already doing that. And you're just like, oh my God, I don't know what's going in and out. And oh my God. And it's like, oh my God, it's the best. ADHD people are the best makers of love. But don't ever make love to someone who has bipolar disorder, because if they're happy making love, they're going to be sad after. And if they're sad making love, they're going to be happy after. And, like, I just don't deal with that very well, because it's like, you know, I don't deal with mood changes unless, of course, you know, it's like my period. You know, like, I know guys have to put up with my mood changes, and ladies, you understand that there are mood changes that we go through, but, like, I try to keep my mood changes in check, but it doesn't always work. You know, like, sometimes I will just go off for no reason, and I don't think that it's a good thing, but, like, if you love me enough, then deal with it. You know, I just don't want to put up with it. Like, this is why I couldn't be a lesbian. Like, no offense to lesbians. Again, I have no problem with lesbians. I think you're sweet and beautiful, and you should always be who you are, okay? Carpet munchers. No. Like, seriously, think about that, though. Like, if you were, like, to take a piece of carpet and try to eat it, it would just be, like, that. I don't... But, no, I'm not saying that lesbians are carpet munchers. They are vagina eaters. They are dykes. No, just kidding. Again, it's kind of offensive to me. Because I'm at least, I would say, 10% lesbian, okay? Like, I'm 10% lesbian. I find women beautiful. I think all women find other women beautiful and attractive. I just find that, like, I couldn't be with a woman, like, in love, because, like, those mood changes, and, like, they're always, like, here and there, and, like, I know as a woman who I am and what we are, and so, like, I just don't want to put up with that. But would I ever make love to a woman? Of course. Oh my god, some women are so beautiful. Like, seriously, like, super beautiful, and, like, I will get down and I will munch on your carpet. You know what I mean? Like, I will do it, but, like, that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying that, like, some women I would totally go lesbo for. I don't know if I could date them, because of, you know, women are strange creatures. You know, we're strange creatures. Let's not beat around the bush. And by bush, you know, I mean, if you're not sheep. But, like, we're strange creatures. And, like, you know, one day we could want something, and the next day it's like our mortal enemy. You know, it's like one day we really like flowers, and the next day it's like, why didn't you get me flowers? Like, what are you trying to hide? Like, you never get me flowers. Like, why are you getting me flowers? Why right now are you getting me flowers? Like, I'm just saying, I think something's up. Why are you getting me flowers? And, you know, the other days were hard. Just like, oh my god, he brought me flowers. He's the sweetest. He's the best. He's the greatest. It's like, oh my god, please put a ring right there. Right there. Put a ring right there. But, like, you know, we're like seesaws, okay? Let's use playground metaphors, right? Like, let's use a playground metaphor. We're seesaws, all right? We're going this way, we're going that way, we're going up, we're going down, and we're just like, And, you know, men don't really know how to deal with that sometimes, because they're, like, you know, kind of leveled out. Not necessarily all men, because some men are absolutely crazy, but, like, and I'm not saying women are absolutely crazy, because they're not. We're not crazy. It's just... estrogen is a tricky chemical, okay? It makes us cold. That's what I hate about it the most. It makes us really, really cold. Like, honestly, you ever been with your boyfriend and it's just, like, slightly cool, and you're just like, I'm freezing, and he's like, it's not cold. And you know, because you're, like, looking, you know, at the temperature, and you're like, it really shouldn't be that cold, but I feel cold. Like, you opened the door and there was a slight breeze from when the door shut, and it hit me, and I'm like, I'm cold, I need a blanket. Like, I need to be wrapped like a burrito, honestly. And if you could, please go to, you know, someplace and get me a burrito. Like, I need a burrito. I'm hungry. That's the thing. Women are always hungry. Like, you guys should know, all right? Guys, here's the tip. Take it from me. Women will always accept food. Always. Women want food. And I think it goes back to, like, you know, like caveman days, when the man would go out and he would slay the buffalo and then bring it back in, and then, you know, we would eat it. Like, it's still the same thing, even if you're driving to Taco Bell. If you go to Taco Bell and you bring us back, you know, Nacho Bel Grande, then yeah, okay, yeah, I'll take that That's you're giving me the buffalo, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, we just love food. And especially, oh my God, especially chocolate. Oh my God, chocolate. Okay, if you've ever had chocolate while on your period, then you know what I'm talking about. Like, seriously, chocolate on your period is better than the best orgasm you will ever have. I mean, I've had great orgasms, but oh my God. Like, biting into that first piece of chocolate on your period is the bee's knees, as they put it in the 50s, which we are not, but still. I love chocolate. I love chocolate at any point. Like, it doesn't have to be my period. I love chocolate at any point. Because, like, I had a guy get me some chocolate one time, and I was, like, super grateful for it and everything. But, like, he started to eat it with me, and he ate, like, 75% of it. He ate 75% of my chocolate bar. Like, honesty is the best policy, right? But still, he ate 75% of my chocolate. And that, like, made me so mad. Like, so mad. I was so mad. I can't even begin to tell you how mad I was that he had eaten all of my chocolate. And by all of it, I mean 75% of it. But, like, that might as well have been all of it. Like, when I looked at him, it was like, you're a pig. Men are pigs. You're gross. No, stop. No, you're gross. And I was just like, where can I find a good man? And it's hard to find a good man. It's like, I've had a lot of dates that, just kind of ended weird. Like, it seems like every date kind of starts off well. I've had my fair share of, like, rough starts, but, like, the majority of all the dates that I've been on always seem to go weird at the end. Like, it's like, we talk about our favorite color and our favorite book and our favorite movie and everything's well, and it's like, oh, what's your favorite thing to do, and all of this is great. And then it's always like somewhere towards the end where he's like, so I just wanted to tell you, I slaughter animals for a living. And you're like, what? Wait, what? He's like, yeah, like, I kill cows. I'm a rancher, and somebody's got to do it. Like, you just enjoyed that steak, didn't you, that I bought? And I'm like, yeah, but, like, you ain't got to tell me that was, is that one of your cows? Did I just eat one of your cows? Like, and it's like we were having such a great time, and then I realized, like, in my head, like, I just started picturing baby cows getting slaughtered, and him laughing. I don't know why he was laughing, but he was laughing in my fantasy. He was laughing, like, die, baby cow, die. And I was like, and I just was like, okay, and, like, I gave him a sweet kiss on the cheek, because, again, he did pay for a steak. And I'm not saying that women owe men for anything that they buy, but, like, I just happened to give him a kiss on the cheek because I was like, okay, you are a sweet guy, but, like, you kill baby animals. And I know that they're probably not babies, but, like, in my head, they're babies, and that's all I need. Like, it's all up here, so, like, it's a no-go for me. I just look at him and I'm just like, and anytime I think of him, I'm just like, no, stop, no, you're gross. But I was on a date one time with this other guy, and he was really, really sweet. He was a little awkward, for sure, but, like, he was really, really sweet. And then he told me, more towards the end, again, he was like, I'm the leader of a motorcycle gang. And I didn't know what to do with that, because on one hand, that's super hot. Like, that's super hot. One, he's in a motorcycle gang. Like, that's cool. Like, okay, yes, please, sign me up. Can I ride your bike? And on the other hand, it's like, okay, yeah, do you kill people? And, like, that's just in my head. But, like, I finally had to ask. I was like, do you kill people? Like, motorcycle gangs are dangerous, are they not? And he was like, no, that's the old motorcycle gangs. And I was like, okay, now that I think about it, it's like motorcycle gangs are, like, not cool. Like, it's not hot. Like, you don't kill people. Like, if you don't kill people, like, why are you in a motorcycle gang, honestly? Like, your bikes are loud and they're smelly. Like, like, you ever been beside a motorcycle? Like, it's just gross. Like, unless you have like a really nice bike, it's like, it's gross. It's like grease and stuff that make up a bike, whatever it is. But like, I just had to tell him, like, I think you're nice and sweet and everything, but like, let's just be honest. Motorcycle gangs are not cool. And he was like, I understand, I get it, like, women want to live on the dangerous side. And I was like, yeah, so like, it's been fun and I'll see you later. Come to find out though, like, real quickly, come to find out, he did end up killing some people. It had nothing to do with the motorcycle gang. He just like went off on a meth bender, and like there was this whole thing about a family getting killed, and I was like, oh my god, where is he now? Does anyone have his number? Okay, I'm sorry, I love a bad boy, okay? Women love a bad boy. Not all women, but like, most women love a bad boy. It's like, and there's the old cliche of having a man to fix, but it's like, I don't even want to fix him. Like, I want him to stay bad. Like, I want him to be like 80 years old with the tattoos, still saying like, I don't give a fuck, like, and just like, still telling society to like, fuck off, like, that's hot to me. Like, breaking the law, like, again, guys, here's another tip. Breaking the law is like super hot, okay? Like, I guess it depends on what you do, but like breaking the law in some way, like, like Grand Theft Auto, like, if you steal a car, that's hot, okay? That's hot. I'm not gonna lie. All right, if you're busted with like a lot of drugs, like, that's super hot. Like, that's super hot. Like, you have a lot of drugs. Like, why do you have a lot of drugs? Like, it's super hot. It's not super hot if you're like on the drugs, but if you have like a super big ton of drugs, then you're super hot to me. Like, I'm just saying that men with a criminal record are super, super hot. Okay, they're just hot. But like, men do some stupid things. They do really, really stupid things. Things that they should know better. Like I don't like being tickled. Like, I fucking hate being tickled. Like, more than anything in the world, I fucking hate being tickled. Like, seriously, don't ever try to tickle me. Because if you try to tickle me, like, I'm going to punch you in your fucking face. I'm just going to punch you right in your fucking face. Because I am not dealing with that, okay? Like, I might be laughing, but that's like the laugh of a maniacal woman who's going to go, I'm going to kill you if you try to tickle me, Or if you try to keep tickling me, I'm a simple girl. Like, I just want the smack on the ass, in the kitchen. I'm not one of those girls who really likes for you to like get up in the butt, like when a guy takes his finger and he just kind of sticks it up your butt and you're just like, why did you do that? Like, what's the point in that? Like, does it get you off? Because it doesn't really get me off. It's like, I've got a turd going in the other way. Like, just stop that, okay? Men, stop. All men are stupid in moments. They just don't know. They don't know, but they know. They know, but they don't know. It's like, this man was going down on me, and like, I was like super into it. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, here we go, get it, mama. And so he gets down there, and then like right before he starts to get in, like in there deep, he like kind of cocks his head and kisses my thigh, and then like bites the hell out of my thigh. And I like kicked him in the head with my knee. Like, I just hit him in the head with my knee, and I was like, and like he had to like get up, and he was kind of like, he saw stars and stripes and stuff, and like, it was very weird and very awkward, like, we had to calm down for a moment, laugh about it, and then he went down on mama, and, like, I had a good time, but, like, I don't know why he bit the inner thigh. Like, he bit it like a piece of chicken. Like, I'm not a piece of chicken, okay? Like, you want a piece of chicken, you go to KFC. You want me, you want that, you want mama, then you might as well, like, understand, okay, that mama likes it rough and soft. I want it soft at first, and then I want it really rough. But if you start off with rough, and then try to be soft? Oh, no, stop, no, you're gross, stop, no. Mama likes it the way mama likes it, okay? So, again, men are just odd creatures too. Like, they're like women, they're odd creatures, but just in different ways. Like, so, I had a guy come up to me on the street, like, we didn't know each other or anything, and he was like, hey, how are you? And I was like, hey, how are you? And he was like, is there any way I could borrow a tampon? And I was like, why? And he's like, well, do you have a tampon in your purse? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, most women have tampons in their purses, yeah. And he was like, well, then can I borrow one? Like, and I was like, okay, first off, tampons aren't cigarettes. You can't just go, can I get one of those? Can I get one of those? Unless you're a woman. If you're a woman, you can be like, can I get one of those? And like, discreetly pass it under the table or something like that. That's okay. But like, if you're a guy, you don't just walk up to a woman and be like, can I get one of those? Like, those tampons you got? Like, what? And he was just like, no, because like, my friend just got punched in the nose and it's bleeding. And, like, I tried to ask people for napkins, but there was no napkins, but I assumed that you had a tampon in your purse. And I was like, oh, so you assumed that I had a tampon in my purse. Why? Do you think that I just bleed all the time? Did I just bleed all the time? Is that what it was? And he was like, no, my friend, his nose is bleeding. And I was like, oh, okay, fine, here. And I unzip my purse and I get in there and I realize I don't have a tampon. And I was like, kind of like, oh my God, I don't have a tampon. Like I just gave that big speech about tampons and I don't even have a tampon. And so I told him, I was like, I don't really have one. And he didn't believe me. Like, he was like super angry with me. He was like, you just don't want to give me one. And he was like, you're a bitch. And I was like, I'm not a bitch. I just thought I had a tampon and I don't have a tampon. Like, come on, it's like, come on, universe. Like, work with me here. I don't know. Like, I'm a person who seems to find themselves in those situations a lot. Like, it's like I mean well, but like things don't really go well, My mom, for instance, speaking of bitches, my mom would cut my hair when I was younger. And ladies, you know what I'm talking about, but the ones who had their moms cut their hairs. Did you ever have your mom cut your hair? Because like, oh my God, my mom was from the 80s and she would like, how do I put this? My mom was out of date. Right? Like, my mom was completely out of date, and so, like, I always went to school with my hair kind of, like, teased and frizzed up, like it was the fucking 80s, like, I was not, and some people are like, oh, that's cool, like, you were a little girl and you were going around with your hair. Everyone just thought that I had touched an electric outlet, and, like, they would always say that. They would be like, oh my God, here comes electric Kayla, like, and I was like, I want to be electric in other ways, not my hair, because my hair is all frizzed out, and like, like I touched an electric socket with a fork. I don't want that. I want to be electric because of my personality, and because I'm beautiful, because I think I'm beautiful. I think we're all beautiful, like, even the ugly people are beautiful, if you know what I mean, like, in some way, they're beautiful. Like, I don't want to know it because you're ugly. No, I'm just playing, like, but seriously, I don't know, like, I try not to be mean. Like, I want to be that person who makes sure that everyone feels, better or good, like, I have great intentions. It's just like my intentions and like what I'm actually going to do are like two different things. Like, they're just two different things. And I've come to terms with this. Like, I intended to go to the prom with this guy named Joseph. I did not go to the prom with Joseph. I went to the prom with Joseph's brother, Andy. And, like, that wasn't the plan. Okay, that wasn't the plan. Like, I had gone over to Joseph's house, and we were kind of, like, rehearsing what we were gonna do. And, like, he went to the bathroom, because he had, like, Crohn's disease, and so, like, he had to poop. And it was so cute, though. Like, he was pretending like he didn't have to poop, but he had to poop. And, like, when you're in the bathroom for more than, like, 10 minutes, you're pooping. And I was okay with that. But, like, his brother Andy was there, and, like, oh my God, Andy had like a Letterman jacket, and he had like these muscles, And Andy was different from Joseph because Andy had like darker skin, and you know what I'm talking about, ladies. Like, seriously, like his skin was dark, and like he had no acne. And Joseph didn't have like bad acne, but he had like, you know, a couple of dots here and there. And you know, I understand, you know, puberty and everything, but like Andy was like flawless. And so like, you know, Andy and I got to talking and everything, and like I didn't know how to really tell Joseph that I would rather go with Andy. And you know, it was really heartbreaking. So I made Andy tell Joseph. You know, and like I don't know how that went down, but I hope he put him down nice. I haven't heard from either one of them in quite a few years, but you know, I hope they're both doing well, because like a lot of times we as human beings want to like wish ill will on people or exes, you know, especially exes. It's like, no, we're just supposed to root against our exes for some reason, and I don't understand it. Like, I wrote for all of my exes. Like, I want all of my exes to be happy. The best thing we can do is try to, like, root for people. When we wish ill will against our exes, it's like the old Buddhist saying, drinking the poison and expecting someone else to die. Like, that kind of thing, you know, where you're just sitting there going, okay, like, why am I harboring all this hate? And then you realize, like, he cheated on you with your best friend, and then you realize, wait, okay, fuck Buddha. Yeah, fuck him and his little fat face. Like, fuck that guy. Because you're just like, oh, I don't give a shit. He, like, totally cheated on me with my best friend, and so, like, fuck all that shit. I'm gonna drink the poison, you know? Like, I'm gonna just drink the poison. It's better for me, trust me. It's better for you, too, because I'm still mad about it. And Stephanie, if you're watching this, look at me now. I'm a second-rate comic that makes no money. And you're probably, like, well off because I'm sure you married well. Why am I doing this to myself? That's a problem sometimes, I think, with ladies. Like, women, we put ourselves down, you know? And it's so weird because, like, if you get a group of us together, we're lifting each other up and we're just like, you're beautiful, you're great. And then when we split up from each other, it's like, did you hear about her? Did you hear what she said about you? Did you hear what she did? But then when we get together, we're like, girl power, women forever. It's just like, it's weird because, like, we need to be in a group, you know? Like, instead of, like, this split up. Because when women are separated from each other, there just has to be this, like, I don't know, like, competition between us. And I don't understand why there's a competition between women. But women will make a competition out of anything. Like, anything. Like, for instance, if there's a guy and he's, like, friends with this girl, right? And then this new girl comes along. It's like, okay, yeah, he was my friend, and that's where I wanted him to stay, but, like, the fact that you're coming around and, like, he might like you, now I'm gonna jump on board and, like, I'm gonna vie for him too. Like, I'm gonna go for him too. So, and then there's this competition of, like, who's the better woman? Who can get his attention? And it's like, I've been your friend forever, okay? So, like, you know, now I'm ready. Come to me. Come to mama. And then the new girl's like, she knew the whole time about you, and she just kind of kept you in the friend zone, and you're just like, okay, shut up, bitch. Shut up. Like, seriously, stop. No. Your girl, stop. No. And she's just like, no, seriously, like, she had all this time and she could have got with you, but she didn't. She put you in the friend zone. And I was like, I mean, and, like, this is a metaphor. This isn't about me, but, like, let's just say it was me. For, you know, scientific purposes or something. But, like, I was like, I realize now that I like you a lot. Possibly love you. Like, I might love you. And so, like, he chose me. Of course he chose me. Like, of course he did. But he chose me. He chose me. And I was so happy. I was, like, on cloud 11, you know? Like, I was past 9. But, like, he chose me, and I was like, now what? You know? Like, now what? I got the prize, and he was, like, a great friend and everything, but I wasn't really that attracted to him, and it was like, now I'm kind of, you know, stuck in this situation, And so, like, I had to date him for, like, 6 months, like, and I was just like, oh my God. And then finally I had to, like, just break it off with him. And that was pretty hard. He didn't take it very well, but I just kind of had to break it off. And, he did end up getting with my friend. But, like, every now and then I just give her a wink and I'm like, I want him over. He chose me over you. And I don't know why I did that. Like, I didn't even want him, but I did because she wanted him. Like, women we want things other women want. We want men other women want. So, like, if you're a man, right? And that's a problem guys have. Like, okay, so you're a guy and you're a good guy, but no one really seems to be around you. You don't have a girlfriend or anything. Then, like, women are like, eh. But if you get, like, a girlfriend or you have a girl you like and you're hanging out with, like, we're like, oh, my God, Tina is so good looking. Like, I want that. Why does she get that? I want that. I want that right there because she wants that. But we don't say that to ourselves. Like, we don't ever really acknowledge that, but that's really what it is. Like, we are just, like, we want men because other women want them. That's why. Okay, so, like, it's kind of messed up because, like, only certain kind of men or only a certain number of men end up getting our affection because, like, that guy's there and, like, all the girls want him. And then there's, like, 10 other guys who are just as good. Not really, they're not just as good, but, like, they're okay, right? Like, they're okay that we could go for, but we don't. We're like, no, because that one, And even if they are just as okay, it's like, no, but, like, everyone wants him. Like, I want him because everyone else wants him. And what we want to do, women really love doing this, and we won't admit it to ourselves, and we might admit it to ourselves, but we're not going to admit it out loud, right? Like, we're not going to admit it out loud. But what we really love doing more than anything in the world is getting with a guy who is wanted by other women and then looking at those other women while holding his arm like this. Like, we want to look at other women. We want them to see us kissing. We want other women to see us kissing. And, like, we're in love, and, like, he wants me. He chose me over you. That's what it is. When you're making out with a guy and you're just looking at another woman, it's not because you're, like, dreaming of the other woman. It's because you're just going, yeah, look what I got. He chose me. And he chose me is a powerful statement. In the womanhood kingdom, he chose me is one of the most important calls of the wild. Like, seriously. Like, we become, like, vengeful and ferocious and, like, very angry because we're just like, because I've had it done to me. I've had it done to me where a girl, like, got with this guy and I really liked him and she just, like, looked at me when she was kissing him and I was like, I know the deal, like, and I just kind of, like, I gave her 2 of those in my head. Because as women, we want to be polite, like, we're ladies of society and all that. I don't even care. Like, I don't care. But we're supposed to be, and, like, proper. But it's stupid. Like, it's very stupid. And we do it to ourselves. Let's be honest. We do it to ourselves. Like, we pretend like men put it on us to be proper, but, like, we do. Like, we all know we fart. We all know women fart. Like, everyone knows. Even men know that we fart. And it's like, all women, will fart around each other. Like, why can't we fart around a man? Like, from what I hear, men do the same thing. Like, they're able to fart in front of their friends, but not necessarily in front of a girl. But, like, I don't understand why we can't all just admit that, like, we fart. We all fart. Okay, we eat, so we fart. And women burp and we scratch, like, we do all of the things that, human beings do. But with women, it's like, no, I don't do that because I am always ready to have sex. Like, for some reason, as women, we've just decided that we have got to always be presentable for sex. And if you fart, is he going to go down on you? If he just heard you fart, like, that's the way we think. Even though, like, the real truth is, yeah, he would go down on us. Like, he would still go down on you if you fart. Ladies, know that. That's a tip for you, ladies. If you fart, like, you could literally go down on him and fart, like, right there on his chin, and he would still, like, enjoy it. And he might take a moment, he might laugh, he might do anything, but he will still eat you out, okay? He will still dine out, and he will have a good time. But anyway, like, one of my favorite things to do one of my favorite things to do, absolute favorite things to do, is hear stories of how couples got together. Like, oh my god, I eat it up. Num 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 num. Like, I love hearing it. Like, I was a waiter, and like, she was at the bar, and like, you know, like, I couldn't help myself, you know. Even if I lost my job, I was gonna talk to her, and it's like, oh my god, that's so romantic. Oh my god, num 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 num. Or like, I don't know, like, you know, I was at a fair, and like, she seemed lonely, and I was just like, hey, you know, even though I was super scared, and I just like went up to her, and I was like, hey, and she was like, hey, and I was like, hey, and like, she's like, get away from me, and so like, I got away from her, and then like, 3 days later, I met a girl online. I don't know why I said that. I just thought that was funny to me because, like, it was misleading. But no, like, I really do love stories of how couples got together. And couples get together in all sorts of ways. They do. They get together in all sorts of ways. And it's a beautiful thing. I love hearing those stories. Like, it is num 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 num. And so there was this girl who told me about this guy that she had met. And she had met him in the grocery store. And I know, like, this is kind of like that romantic comedy thing where, you know, it's like he drops something or she drops something and then the other one picks it up and they look at each other. But that's not what this was. Like, my friend was walking and she slipped. She slipped real hardcore, like on some water or something. I don't know. Like, they needed to fix their ceiling and it was because it was leaking rain or something. And like, I don't care about those minute details. I just care that they fell in love and like got married and had a baby. But like, she slipped in the water and she fell backwards and she like concussed. Like, she hit her head and just had a concussion, and it was just, you know, like the worst, right? But like, she wakes up and like the store manager is like staring at her and he's like holding her and like, when I think about it, oh my god, it almost makes me cry, you know. But like, he helped her out and he helped the paramedics get her to the ambulance, and then he called her the next day to make sure that she was okay, and like, they got together, and like I said, they got married and had a baby. But like, it's so beautiful, like, and it's like num 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 num, you know. And I promised myself I wasn't gonna do this, and I didn't promise myself, but I still I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to really break down, but when I think of that story, it really gets to me, and it like warms my heart. And like, every now and then, like, I see like a puddle of water at a store and I think, okay, maybe I'll get married. You know, like, if I just try to run through it. I want a baby, you know, like, I want a baby. I'll take the concussion for a baby, you know. Like, I've always wanted to be pregnant. Like, I'm always super jealous of women who find like long-term relationships and then have a baby. Like, I've always wanted to have a baby, like a little tiny baby that I could hold, and it's mine. And you came from me, and you're mine, and I'm just gonna love you and smother you, and you know, and just like, 'cause babies are so sweet and so innocent, and you can be like, okay, so this is what I like about you, this is what I don't like about you, so our kid's gonna have all the good things that you have, like that cute smile and that dimple and that, oh my god, yeah, but like, you know, how you like act, no, stop, no, you're gross, no, not my baby, no, thank you. And like, you know, I've always wanted to have, like, a lot of kids. Like, I've wanted to have a lot of kids. And I know, you know, we live in the day and age where women are supposed to be like, I'm not having children. And that's okay. That's okay if you don't want to have kids. I understand it. But, like, I want to have kids. And it's like the ultimate power. like, it's the ultimate power to be a mother. Like, if you're a mother, you literally can use it as an excuse for anything. Like, anything at all. Like, you know, even if you shoot your husband, you're going to be like, well, okay, you know, he touched them. Boom. You're like, you're forgiven. Like, no one's going to blame you, and they're going to let you go, even if he never touched them. And I'm not saying that any woman should ever do that, but like, if you're honestly thinking about it, it's true. Like, you can get away with it, like, if you lied. I'm not saying that any woman should do that, but I'm just saying women, always keep that in your back pocket. And even if you're wearing a dress, like, you can just, I don't know, stick it up there and put it right there in your clam and hold it for a rainy day. But, like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, and I would never really do that. Like, I would never do that. But, like, you can use it as an excuse for anything, like, at all. Like, you steal something, and, you know, you just be like, oh, no, I forgot that I put that in his car seat. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. That's if you get caught. But, like, there are also really good hiding places. Like, you lift the baby up and you put the scarf under him, and you're like, you know, you're just like, oh. And it's like, they're not going to blame some mother who's, like, having trouble with her baby. They're just going to be like, oh, my God, we understand, you know. Women, we have power and we don't have power. Like, we don't have power because we don't make as much, right? And we're smaller. A lot of men like to say that we're weaker. We're not really weaker. We're just kind of, we're built smaller, aka weaker. No, just playing. But, like, we have our advantages too. Like, you know, in most cases, we're gonna get the kids in custody, and, you know, like, we kind of hold the power of consent, like, always. And, you know, we also have the ability, you know, we have a lot of things going for us too. Now, I'm not saying that it's even and that you know, one's better than the other. I'm just saying, like, in weird ways, we also have power. And I think we don't utilize a lot of our power. Like, you know, it's taboo now to be like, you know, to perk your titties up and just be like, hey, so what about that raise? You know, and it's like, it's frowned upon. It's like, no, you shouldn't have to, you know, perk your titties up for the raise. And it's like, well, I've only been here for a week, but if I perk my titties up, I'm going to get the raise. Like I'm not saying that, you know, if you're a hard worker, you deserve the raise. You should get the raise to begin with. But, like, you know, if you've been there for a week, like me, sometimes you just are like, so how about that raise, big boy? And, you know, I know that it's wrong, and we're not supposed to really do that, and women shouldn't use their bodies like that, but, like, and I know that the body's a temple, but, like, seriously, though, like, why not decorate your temple, you know? Like, why not use your temple to your advantage? Why not, you know, invite people to your temple to have a look around, you know? Not necessarily to, you know, stay there, but to have a look around, you know? Enjoy my temple. Like, while my temple's well built, you know, before hundreds of years have gone by and my temple's torn down by, like, a different country or something, or a bomb, I don't know. But, like, it's like this. Women have power because, like, have you ever seen a man around his mother? Like, honestly, if you've ever seen a man around his mother, like, I don't care if he's the most powerful man in the world, like, the most powerful man in the world, you go to his mom, and he's still, like a little boy, just like, okay, mommy, you know, and he's like, you know, and otherwise he's just like, I am a man of power, and you will listen to me, and you better do the things I'm telling you. But, like, when he gets around his mommy, he's just like, okay, mommy, I won't do that again, you know. So I'm just gonna tell you right now, another tip for you ladies. Like, if you ever have a problem, right? If you ever have a problem with your man, just go to his mom. Like, go to his mom, because if you tell his mom, oh, she's gonna get mad. She's gonna get mad, you know. Like, you want the mother-in-law to like you so that you can have that power, because sometimes, you know, the mother-in-law doesn't like you because you're essentially stealing her baby boy, and you want her to like you, you know, and you want to be a good person, because you if you hold on to that, you have the ultimate power. You hold on to the mom, because if you hold on to the mom, you have the ultimate power, because if you can go to her and she yells at him, then he's going to listen, because you can yell at him all day long. Like, you can just yell at him all day long, and he's just not going to listen, right? Like, sometimes he will, sometimes he won't, but, like, he's just not going to listen, I think, the majority of the time. And so that's when you go to the mom, and you're just like, okay, he's doing this thing, and then it's like, you know, he's gonna change his behavior for sure. I am telling you right now, ladies, Just do it. I'm telling you, it'll work. Okay. Like, I love hearing how couples got together, but I also love absolutely hearing proposal stories. Like, I had a friend, and this guy took her to Bear Mountain in New York, and he proposed to her at the top while they were overlooking this valley town, and she said that the sky was pink and just super beautiful, and the sun was going down, and he got down on one knee and he was like, "Will you marry me?" And she said that tears were coming from her eyes, and I'm like, "Oh my God, you're gonna make tears come from my eyes." And also maybe my pants are a little wet, because that makes me wet. Nothing makes a girl hotter than hearing a proposal story or being proposed to. Let me tell you something, gentlemen. Okay, this is a tip for the guys. Okay, if you're ever in a drought, right, and it's time to ask her the big question, if you ask her, I promise you, the night that you ask her to marry you, you're gonna get laid. You're gonna get laid, and you're gonna get laid hard. Probably harder than you'll ever get laid in your life. Even when you're married. Even on your wedding night, the night you ask a girl to marry you, oh my God, her bag of tricks, her entire full bag of tricks is going to come out of the closet, and you're going to get rammed. You're going to get it hard, and you're going to love every second of it, so eat it up. And, I had a guy propose to me one time, and, it just wasn't as romantic. It just wasn't. He proposed to me in the parking lot of a Dairy Queen. He thought that it was a good idea to propose to me in the parking lot of a Dairy Queen. And I was like, okay, you just bought me a Blizzard. No, stop. You're gross. No. And he was like, no, but I want to be with you forever. And I was like, I like you and all, and if you would have asked me someplace romantic, then yeah, I probably would have said yes. But looking around and hearing traffic and hearing people honk, and we're in the parking lot of a Dairy Queen, no. So I had to rethink the whole relationship, and we stayed together for another 3 months. But then the thought of him proposing in a Dairy Queen, he leaned down and he got on one knee, and there was a used diaper right beside him in the parking lot. And it was gross, no, stop, no, ooh, gross, no, no. It just wasn't the picture I had in my head of being proposed to, and I was like, no, I can't do it. Gross, no, stop, no. And a lot of my friends have gotten married. I'm getting older. Women get older, and as we age, we get judged harsher than men, because men tend to grow into their looks, whereas women tend to lose them with age. I mean, I'm not saying that that's true, but I'm just saying that's the way society presents it and the way society reacts. It's a man gets older and it's oh my God, he is that salt and pepper look. That salt and pepper look. Oh my God, put that on my steak. And by that steak, I mean my vagina. Put that face on my vagina. I want that salt and pepper beard right here on my vagina, and I want you licking until the cows come home. And hopefully they'll come home just as long as that guy I went on a date with doesn't kill him. But how do I put this? Women, when we get older, our sex drive goes up, and men's tends to decline, after the age of 35. And our sex drive goes up, but our looks go down, and men's sex drives go down, but their looks go up. And so it's we, only are on the same level at a certain age in life. And I feel I'm in that right now. I feel I'm reaching that age where okay, so we're both on the same level. We both want it. We're both, still really good looking. And, we really want to get down. But, it's kind of weird because I'm so used to dating guys who are, much, much older than I am. Way older than I am. Weird. Older. Weirder than you would want to admit to anyone. Which I wish I didn't admit that to you guys. But, it's way older than you would ever want to admit. And so, now I'm dating guys that are my age, and like it's like starting to kind of balance out, and I'm having a great time. But like guys my age are like, they're stuck in their ways. They're not like 80-year-old guys stuck in their ways, but they're kind of stuck in their ways in that, like, they're stuck in their ways, in their boyhood ways. They're stuck in their boyhood ways. Like, they're still not, like, grown men. They're not grown. They're not. Like, even if they are as old as I am, they're still not grown men. They're just kind of stuck in that boyhood phase and their boyhood ways. Like, like, I dated a guy, right? And he was, like, really cool, really awesome, but like he had a model train set. Like, okay, what? No, alright? I'm not gonna live with you in a house where there's a room with a model train set. Like, no, stop, no, you're gross. And I tried to like get him to, give it up, but not like, like women, like, what we do, which is the more of a like, oh, that's really cool. That's awesome like, that you do that. And then we're just slowly figuring out a way to like change that about men, where we're like, we're going to change that thing about you, like slowly trying to shape you into not liking that thing. That's us. That's women. We are very good at it. Like, and women are very good at camouflage too. Camouflage is a technique that women use, which is when we dress like our boyfriends in the beginning and we listen to the same music and we just do everything the guy wants to do. We do everything the guy wants to do. And then slowly but surely, because that's the trick. That's how this works. Otherwise, it doesn't work, ladies. You know that. We all know that. You slowly but surely kind of start wearing the things you want to wear and like suggesting things for him to wear, and then kind of suggesting music to him until you're really just listening to your music all the time. Like, it's like you gotta play the game. Like, women know how to play the game. And if you don't know how to play the game, then I'm sorry, but you know now. You know how to play the game. You gotta kind of go camouflage and like, I'm gonna be, my boyfriend for a year, and then slowly but surely I'm gonna turn things around and he's gonna be me, like, basically wearing a bra and panties. But if he wears bras and panties, then he's probably gay. And if he's not gay, then he's probably just really kinky, which is okay, but like, I don't know. I guess that's just up to you whether you like that or not. But like, men look at women, sometimes, and they pedestal women. And when they pedestal women, it can go one of two ways. It can go like, oh my God, he really likes me, which is like in the minority of times. But the majority of the times that a man pedestals a woman looks at him and goes, okay, so like, I know how messed up I am. And like, you're saying that I'm an angel. Like, you're saying that I'm an angel. Like, you don't have clear vision. Something is mentally off about you. You are mentally slow. Because like, I'm not an angel. Okay? I'm not an angel. I get that you're trying to like make me seem beautiful, and like I have an aura, and like I'm, not of this world. And like, I appreciate that. Like, I do. I totally appreciate that. But like, no, women can see through that. If you're a smart woman, you can see through that. Some women don't. Some women are dumb. I'm not gonna say that we're not. Some of us are dumb. But a lot of women know, they know better than to let a man pedestal them and be like, okay, so like, wait a second, I'm the most unique girl you've ever met? Really? Okay, yeah, how many girls have you met? Like, honestly, like, have you met that many girls? Because if you're saying that I'm unique, like, I'm unique of what, 3? 4? How many relationships have you been in? I don't know, like 5, 6 maybe? Like, so I'm like the most unique girl you've ever met out of 7 people. 7 people in the world. Like, there are 8 billion people in the entire world, and like, I'm the most unique girl you've met out of 7. Like, if you're a smart girl, you see through that. Okay, ladies, another tip for you: see through that transparency, okay? Because men will pedestal you. They will say you are the most beautiful thing they've ever seen. And we all know that's complete bullshit. Like, that's complete bullshit. Because we know, like, there are women that are prettier than us. We know that. Like, we know that. We will kind of lie to ourselves sometimes and be like, he thinks I'm the most beautiful thing in the world. Like, he really means that. But if you're a smart girl, you'll know that you're just the most beautiful that he can achieve, okay? You're the most beautiful he can achieve, and sometimes it's the most beautiful he can achieve at the moment, like, just at the moment. Like, he could possibly find someone better looking and better for him later on, but, like, at the moment, you're the most beautiful. Like, okay, yeah, that's fine, but whatever. You know, it's just when some guy looks at me and he's like, you are the greatest thing that has ever happened to humankind, I'm just like, no. No. Stop. No. You're gross. I can't take it, you know? I just can't take that. And, you know, men will try anything. You know, they will try anything. And it's the old cliche is that men will do anything to get in your pants, right? Men will do anything to get in your pants. They only want one thing, but that's not true. No, men want a lot of things. They want everything that their mother did for them. That's what they want. Men want everything that their mom would do for them and not complain. Like, you know, they want that. They don't just want to get in your pants. They want to be able to, basically adopt you as their mother. Like, they want you to do everything and just be there for them and just, like, you know, give them food while they play video games and then, like, go away. And then just go away. And then come back for sexual fun time. And then go away. And then, like, you know, and I'm not saying all men are like that, but, like, let's be honest, okay? 98% of men are like that. And, you know, it's, I think about this a lot. Like, you know, Freud, you know, Sigmund Freud was this great thinker, and, like, you know, he always felt like men had this complex, right? This complex over their mothers. And, you know, as I get older, I think that it's true. Like, I'm not saying everything he says is true. Like, I'm not sure if men want to fuck their mothers or not. Like, and if they do, like, okay, leave me out of it unless it's a role play. But, like I just feel like I think there is something to what he said. Not necessarily is it all true. Again, you know, fucking the mother, weird, but still possible. And I've known a couple of guys who have called me mommy, even when we weren't having sex. But that's not what I was talking about. You know, and I've had men who were like, no, I am not. No, I don't listen to my mom. I don't listen to my mother. And those are the worst guys. Let me explain something to you, ladies. The worst guys are the guys who don't listen to their mothers. The guys who don't have a good relationship with their mother will not have a great relationship with you. And you can, you know, lie to yourself all day long and be like, no, but she's a bitch and, like, she's this or that. But, like, no, there's something to that. Because, you know, unless a mother is so strung out on, like, drugs or, like, she has some sort of mental disorder, which most women just chalk everything up to, oh, no, she has a mental disorder. That's what, you know, and, like, she's actually crazy. Like, he's not crazy. She's crazy. But, like, an actual mental disorder for real, you know, it's most of the time that the guy was hurt by his mom. Like, the guy was just hurt by his mom, and he never forgave her. And instead of, like, really looking for that forgiveness or trying to work things out, he goes out and he dates a million different women, trying to find his, you know, love again. That love he had from his mother at one point that he lost. That's what a man's trying to do. And, you know, I've come across these men a lot, you know, like, especially when I was a hooker on Ventura Boulevard. No, I was never a hooker. I like to say I'm a prostitute, but I'm not really a prostitute. Like, I've never been a prostitute. Like, I know I can make good money. Okay, I can make good money being a prostitute, but like, and I'm not making fun of prostitutes, because prostitutes are like, they're sex workers, really. I believe that's what we call them now, is a sex worker. I think prostitute's a funner word, though. Like, it's not degrading to me. It might be degrading to prostitutes, or, I'm sorry, sex workers, but, like, it's not degrading to me. It's cool. Prostitute. Like, it sounds cooler. But, like, you know, I don't know where I was going with that. I thought I had a punchline, and maybe I did, but I forgot it. I don't care. Anyway, but like, seriously, when a man treats his mother badly, chances are he's going to treat you badly. Not always, but like a lot of the time. I like to say the majority of the time, but you know, that's my opinion. I just think that like for instance, I had this guy one time, right? Like he told his mom that she can pay for her own damn cancer treatments. And I was like, no, stop, no, you're gross, no, stop. And he was like, no, but she was like a bitch my whole life, like, no. And I was like, okay, she might have been a bitch, like, women can be bitches, right? But like, that's your mom. She gave birth to you, she gave life to you. Like, you know, like, the old saying is, I brought you into this world and I'll take you out of it. But like, she brought you into this world and now you're helping take her out of it. Like, that's not the way that goes. No, stop, gross. And I just was like, you gotta help her, okay, babe? You gotta help her out. Like, for me, help her out. And so, like, he did help her. He gave her $400 to help her pay for her expenses. And come to find out that she was using the $400 at the casino. And like, she died of cancer a year later. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, you know, like, on one hand, I'm like, okay, you should have used that money for cancer treatments. And then on the other hand, I'm just like, well, okay, like, he made his mom's last year super happy, you know, even though she was at the casino still smoking. Yeah, she died of lung cancer. But, you know, I don't know why I laughed at that. I don't know why I laughed at lung cancer. Cancer is not funny, you guys. Cancer is not funny. Except for when, like, someone you hate gets cancer. Like, I know, okay, that's really dark of me to say, but, like, you ever come across someone, you know, that, like, you really hate, you know, and they get cancer, and, you know, you don't want them to die, but you kind of want them to suffer a little bit, like a little bit in your head. You're just like, okay, let's hope for like a stage 2 or a stage 3 kind of a thing. Because you don't want to see a stage 4 and them dying or something, but like, you're still kind of like, wouldn't it be nice if they kind of suffered for just a little bit? And, you know, I know that I said that, you know, you're not supposed to drink the poison and expect someone else to die, but like, what if you drink the poison and watch someone else suffer? But anyway, like, I feel like I'm in a great place. I'm at a great place in my life. I just bought a new house, and it's not a really big house. It's not really small either. It's cozy. Like, I think that houses should be cozy, you know, a place where you can live, you know, but you don't gotta yell across and be like, okay, dinner's ready. You know, you gotta have something that's real cozy where you're like, okay, dinner is ready, you know. And I made the mistake. Okay, so I just bought the house, and I made the mistake of letting this guy move in with me, and, you know, we had been dating for about 3 months or so, and he was really cute, you know, and he was really nice, but he had a habit that, like, just broke me. It just broke me. He would leave his stinky socks on the bed. He would just leave his stinky socks right on the bed. Like, he would take his shoes off, and then he would take his socks off, and he would leave them on the covers. And, like, I would ask him, I'd be like, please don't do that. Please don't leave your stinky socks on the bed. And he would leave his stinky socks on the bed, and I would get super upset about it. And I know it's small, you know, but, like, after a while, I was just like, okay, no, I'm not doing this anymore. If you leave your stinky socks on the bed one more time, it's over. And he did. And so, like, we broke up, I kicked him out, and he was homeless for like 3 weeks. And I was like, like, now you understand that it was important to me that you didn't leave your stinky socks on the bed. And it's weird because, like, I feel like a lot of relationships don't end over something big, like someone cheating or something. Like, I feel like a lot of relationships end on something small, that just kind of, like, breaks the whole thing apart. It's the straw that breaks the camel's back. It's like a little tiny thing that's not really a big deal, but, like, becomes a bigger deal than it really is. It's like a volcano, and it erupts over a small thing, and it breaks couples apart. I think small things are more important than the big things, right? Like, we all know not to cheat, right? Like, I mean, I know that now. I lost a lot of boyfriends that way. No, it's not that I'm a big cheater. It's just that I had, like a very active 20s. And I'm not really a bad person. I just, I was young, and I had this body, and I had this face, and, like, I wanted to use it. And, like, I wanted to have fun. I also wanted to be in a relationship. Like, I wanted to be in the relationship, but I also wanted to have a lot of fun, and, like, I wanted the best of both worlds. And, unless you enter into an agreement with, someone that's kind of willing to accept that, then, like, it's going to end badly. It's going to end badly. And I understand, that what I did was not right, because I should have been upfront. I should have been like, okay, no, like, I really like you, and I would love to keep hanging out with you, but, like, I do want to fuck that guy at the bar. Like, I really want to fuck that guy at the bar. Like, I want to see what it's all about. I want to see what he got. Like, I want to, like, sometimes I do want to be with, like, another girl. Like, I want to be with another girl, and I want to get drunk at a party and make out with her, and, like, see where it goes, and, like, I'm not a lesbian. I'm not even a lesbian, but, like, I would love to make out with another girl at a party, and, have her go down on me, or me go down on her. Like, that sounds kind of fun. And, but it always ends the same way, because it's like, you cheated on me? Oh my god, I can't believe that you cheated on me. And sometimes, you can get away with it, if it's another girl. Some men are like, oh, that's not cheating. No, that's cool. That's hot. Yeah, tell me all about it. Or, can I join? Which is always the wrong thing to say, because, like, no lesbian likes that. No woman even likes that, unless she's the one who's wanting it. Unless she outright says it, man. Unless she's like, okay, I would like to have a threesome. Don't ever bring it up. Just don't ever bring it up. If she brings it up, it's okay. But if you bring it up, no, it's a no-go. No, stop. No, you're gross. You gotta be like, you can kind of hint towards it, but don't, like, full on out ask it. Because, and some women do like that. Like, some women are like, okay, yeah, I would love to have another woman. Or I would love to watch him fuck another woman. Like, oh my god. Like, I want to see that pleasure that he gives me, but I want to see it from a third-party perspective. And, like, oh my god, yes. And, like, really get down. But, like, it's so weird, because, like, I've had my fair share of threesomes. I've had quite a few threesomes. Not to brag, but I've had my fair share of threesomes. And, I've been with 2 women, and I've been with 2 guys. Like, and, with 2 women and a guy, it's really fun, because basically it's like, it's a threesome for, like, I don't know, like 5 minutes, because the guy gets off. He's, like, so, like, ready to go, because it's, like, 2 women with him, and, like, 5 minutes, then it just turns into, you and her, and you get to have your fun. So it's just basically, like, lesbian sex plus, like, you just have a man for a second, and, it's like, I don't know, like a flesh dildo, really. Like, that's what a threesome with another man is like. It's like 2 lesbians and a flesh dildo. That's what that's like. And, but with, like, 2 guys, sometimes it can get weird. It can get really weird with 2 guys, because one of them always seems kind of standoffish, and it's like, you kind of got to be the middle, and you got to, like, make sure that it's okay. And, like, some guys don't want to touch each other while it's going down, and then some guys are like, no, they really want to touch each other, and then you're just feeling like, well, what am I even doing here? And then, there are times where, it's like really, really great because like, you have it here and then you have it here and like, it's just like, but like, I don't think there's anything I love more than like sucking a dick with another man. Like that, it's just like when you're like making out with a man, but like there's a dick between you. It's like really sensual, you know what I mean? Like you're making out, but you're also sucking a dick, and it's like all of the things all at one time, and like, oh my god, that's a great experience. But that's neither here nor there. And I'm into a lot of weird things. Like, I have a lot of really odd kinks. Like, for one, I really love having a gun held to my head. Like, I really love having a gun held to my head. Because, like, there's nothing more, like, hot to me than when a man is, like, he's just deep inside you, but he's like, I could kill you at any moment. Like, I want safe scared, right? Like women want safe scared. They want to go to a movie, and watch a bunch of murders happen, but they want to be like safe, because it's a movie. They don't want to be part of a real murder or kidnap or any of that, but like they want to watch murders and kidnaps. And it's like the same thing with sex for me. It's like I want to, I don't ever want to be raped. I have been raped, but I don't want to be raped, and I don't want, bad things to happen. But when you have somebody who's like willing to help you to get off, it's nothing, there's nothing better in the world than that. Because like when a man is just like choking you, and I mean really choking you, and like your eyes are gouging and you're just like, oh my god, yeah, take me now, I could die right now, oh my god. Or like when he's pulling your hair, but like, and men really need to know how to pull hair. You don't pull little strands, you pull like giant strands. You gotta, and don't do it too hard. Some women like that, but like most women, like they just want a little bit of it, but not too much. A little, but not too much. Or a lot, but not too much. I don't know what I'm saying. But like, I just like feeling in danger when I'm having sex. I don't know why. It could be because I got raped. And the way I think I've dealt with my rape is that I've just basically said, you know what? I'm going to take the power back. I'm going to consent to the danger rather than like, actually be in danger. Like I'm consenting to the danger, and it's like kind of therapeutic to be choked and like have a gun to my head. Like, I don't know what it is, and I'm not saying that it's right, and I'm not saying that, I'm not an advocate for rape. I'm just not, okay? Rape is bad. It is really, really bad. And, okay, I know I shouldn't have to say this, but here's a tip for you guys. Don't rape. Don't rape. If you rape, you're an asshole. You're an asshole if you rape, so don't rape, okay? Rape is bad. Now, having said that, I had a fight with one of my girlfriends about, because she was raped too, I had a fight with her about consensual rape. And she's like, rape could never be consensual. And I was like, no, but like have you ever like gotten off to like, he just takes complete control of you and just like, you have no say in it, but like you consented to the no say like that, and like that's consensual rape. And she's like, there is no such thing as consensual rape. And I'm like, no, but there is a thing as consensual rape, because like I'm letting him. And she's like, but the word rape. And I'm like, no, like just, you understand what I mean though, right? And she's like, don't ever say that there's a thing called consensual rape. And I was like, well, but rape, like when consented to. And she's like, you are mentally ill. And I was like, okay, maybe I am a little mentally ill, but still, like, I still think that there's a thing called consensual rape, which is role play. It's just role play, right? Like, it's easier if I call it role play rather than consensual rape, because anytime you use the word rape, it's not great, right? Rape is not great, and great is not rape. Because if great was rape, then like apples would be rape, and like, because apples are great, therefore they would be rape. That's not the point I'm trying to make. Like, that was an analogy that kind of went down the rabbit hole. But like, I'm just saying, like, when a man is willing to like completely take advantage of you because you give him the consent to, there is nothing hotter. Oh my god, like, oh my god. But like, I don't like admitting that. Like, I don't like that that's how I get off. Like, I don't like it. Like, I don't like that I like bruises, you know? Like, I don't like that I like cutting. Like, I don't like that abuse is how I get off. Like, I don't like it, but I love it, you know? Like, I love it. It's not healthy, but like, mama wants what mama wants, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying, men, that you should abuse your women, right? Like, but if she asks you to abuse her, okay, that's a different story. That's just a different story. That is a whole different story. But don't ever go too far. Don't ever go too far. Always have a safe word. Always have a safe word. And my safe word is pineapple. Pineapple. That is the, most common safe word, really. And the reason why I use a really common safe word is because I can remember it. Because one time I forgot my safe word and like things got a little out of hand. Some charges were filed. And, it wasn't even me that filed the charges. It was my friend. But it was because I was unconscious. And like when I woke up, I cleared things up. Like he almost went to jail for attempted murder. And that was neither here nor there. But like, I feel like if we were more open about our kinks, then like we could really start to like have a civil society, or at least a more civil society, because like we always feel ashamed of ourselves. Like we feel ashamed of our bodies, we feel ashamed of what gets us off, we feel ashamed for a lot of different reasons. And there's nothing to be ashamed about, like there's nothing to be ashamed about except for pedophilia, in which case you should be ashamed, okay? Like, yeah, don't do that. Don't be going and diddling kids, all right? Don't do that. No, stop, no. You're really, really, really gross. No, stop, no, never, okay? Other than that, okay? Other than pedophilia, all right? Pedophilia, everything else is okay. Pedophilia, no. Everything else is okay, but like, and I mean the weirdest of the weird, like the weirdest of the weird. Like ABDL, right? Adult baby diaper lover, or DDLG, dominant daddy little girl. Like, those are like taboo, right? Like, that's age play, right? So that's like bordering right there. It's like, okay, that's getting a little weird, but it's like, no, it's not. It's consenting adults, that just like to wear diapers and suck on pacifiers and like, do a little role play. That's role play, right? Or like, I don't know, like cutting, for instance. It's like, it's abuse, right? Like, you're cutting someone and there's blood, and it's like, well, it's not my period. Why is there blood? And like, there's blood, like blood. You're making someone bleed, and I love blood, okay? Like, oh my god, do I love blood. I love blood. And like, it's weird, okay? It is weird, but like, I get off to it. And, there are kinks that even I find weird, like people with foot fetishes. Like, I don't understand the foot fetish. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Like, I've had a guy suck on my toes, and I was like, okay, if you're getting off to this, that's fine. That's okay. I'm cool with it. But like, honestly, I'm like, it's a foot, okay? It's a foot. I don't get it. Whatever. But I feel like we should be more open with what we're into, And I think about this a lot because, like, like, there are foot fetishes, but like, is there an elbow fetish? Like, where a guy's like, yeah, let me see that elbow. Like, let me see that elbow. And like, is there an elbow fetish? I'm sure there is. Like, I mean, anything you can think of, I guess, could be a kink, right? Like, a guy who's like, I really, really enjoy it when a woman gets in a chair and just sits there. Just sits in the chair and she just looks at me. And like, that's his kink. Kinks are just weird. We can't really control it. We can't really control what our kink is, right? It's a kink. And it's a kink because it's a kink in the hose, Like, it's a kink in the hose of how we get off. It's this kink and then how we get off, right? It's like the normal. And then it's like there's just that little kink that we kind of got to figure out how to unravel so that, we can get off. And that's beautiful to me. It's like we shouldn't be ashamed of our kinks. And we shouldn't be ashamed of the band The Kinks. Like Lola, oh my god. Lola. That's a great song. That is a great song for a lot of different reasons, none of which apply here. I just wanted to say, before I finish up here, because I've been masturbating the whole time. No, like, I just wanted to say thank you. I've touched on a lot of weird subjects, and I bounced off the walls here and there, and so like I hope that you found it funny, and I also hope that you found it entertaining and that you were able to take something from it, because while I do want to make you laugh, I also want to make you think, and that's what I feel like I've done today. So thank you. My name is Kayla Baker. Thank you. Like, seriously, no. Stop your voice. Like, no, seriously, dude, I really appreciate it. Okay, I gotta go, you guys. Bye.